Glue Troopers, Max and Max's models here. See? Max and Max's models. And today we are going to talk about me breaking the new rule I made that I wouldn't open any more boxes until I had some of the kits I've already opened out in the Tarbis done, and especially not here in the office. I was going to finish the Tarhay, and once I was done, you know, maybe one other box, but I won't have 2 open boxes in the office because that'll distract me. So we're not going to do it. Not going to do it. So, but I did decide to take that Glencoe space station I talked about out and just look at the parts. And well, you know, I'm here. I'll clean off a little flash, take some more pictures of that rough surface and talk about it. And, you know, I was just test fitting some parts, but I was being good. But then the glue was just right there. Literally at my fingertips. The rest is a blur. But only a couple of pieces to a test fit. Now, had a chat with Steve over at Steve's Model Mania. And he's built that kit. And he was the one that warned me about how rough the surface are. But some of the Glue Troopers had sent me some information about that Von Braun space station, which is what this is. And one of the reasons for it's all that wiring, I assumed it was like antennas or structural reinforcement. Turns out that was actually supposed to be an inflatable space station. So long before Bigelow Aerospace did their actual inflatable space little hotel habitat, Von Braun was already thinking that way. Not a particularly new idea. That's why all the wires and cables to help keep the shape right. In the instruction sheet, it says just to build one half, put all the threads in, then do that with each half and then put it together. And I thought, you know, most people I know, they just drill holes and then just put wire in, like guitar string or piano wire, something like that, or thin styrene plastic, which is the way to do it. I mean, the easiest, probably the best way to do it. But part of me thought, you know, this being a basic kit would make a pretty good old school, build it the way the instructions said kit, like I did with the Connie. You know, when I did Max's, you know, 10-year-old build, how would 10-year-old Max have built this? So I think just more as an experiment, as a project, I'm going to go ahead and do it the way the instructions say to do it. And that way, we'll see how it looks. And of course, Steve brought up the point, but then you can't paint it. And I'm like, sure you can. You'll just have yellow stay cables. And he's like, yeah, but it wasn't that color because he's seen the actual original Walt Disney model. That is, I believe he said in the museum at Space Camp, I think it was in Huntsville, Alabama. They're the actual ones that you see Walt with in the Man in Space series. Those things have got to be worth a bundle. But anywho, this is just more of a, let's do it the way I do it when I was 10 years old. And I could, if I wanted to, if I do build it the old way and spray paint the whole thing. And it's got, because if I'm going to do it like I did it when I was 10, that means no putty, no advanced techniques, just a basic build. And as a kid, I probably wouldn't even have painted it, but I think I'll go ahead and paint it. We'll see. Although I believe realistically the color more appropriately probably would have been white to reflect heat, but it's yellow. Von Braun said it was yellow, so yellow it shall be, or some shade thereof. And if I get yellow stays, then I'm building it the way I want it to be. Or I can go in there and mark each one of them off, or try to maybe put something over there so that protect them from the spray paint, because I'm going to, remember, going to build it like I did as a kid. That means rattle can only. And we'll see how that turns out. It's just having some fun, you know, making it what you want it to be. So one other little thing before I go. I stumbled onto the YouTube video that's linked below. We all know that you're getting these AI-generated videos, what would Star Trek have looked like in the 1920s. And some of them are wicked cool. And the gentleman who did this one did the Avengers in the 1980s. And he de-aged, well, he took, you'll see the casting choices, which I thought were pretty interesting. Clint Eastwood is Nick Fury, and I think his best choice was a young Michael J. Fox as Spider-Man. And but then he goes, you know, he ages them as they go. It's just really cool. I think you'll enjoy it. Neato idea. And I saw Carl Weathers, almost wanted to cry. You know, when we lost Carl, he was just so great in so many things. Apollo Creed and Predator and all this other stuff. And he's missed. And, you know, the 80s action heroes, you know, are all in their 80s now. Oh, God, I'm starting to depress myself. Okay, so anywho, guys, home for a couple of days. Live stream Friday night because I have to go to work Saturday evening. So that's where we're at with that. And we will talk at you later. As always, guys, model on.